Have you ever felt that no matter how much you give of yourself, it still seems not enough to truly reach the other person? As if you're offering light in a room where the curtains remain tightly shut? Well, that's the feeling the angels are showing me right now about what you've been going through. You healed what no one noticed. You touched invisible wounds with your quiet affection. You did this without expecting recognition, without demands, simply because your heart is made that way, generous, intuitive, filled with a light that even you can't quite explain. But at the same time, the angels reveal a delicate truth. The pain this man carries within him, the one he hides even from himself, goes far beyond what your love, no matter how sincere, can reach alone. This doesn't mean you aren't enough. On the contrary, you are rare. But there are pains that are internal mazes, and only the owner of the heart can choose to enter them. The angels want you to know that this man deeply feels what you've done for him. He may never put it into words, but in silence, he leans on the memories of your care, your understanding gaze, the way you saw in him something he had long forgotten existed. Your love has been like an outstretched hand in the middle of a storm. He held on to that hand. But now, he needs to take the next step. And maybe he isn't ready. That hurts. It hurts because you see potential. You see beauty. You see a future. But true love is not a force that drags. It's a presence that embraces, yet also knows when to step back. You have done so much. More than anyone else would have the courage or ability to do. And the angels honor you for that. But now, perhaps it's time to focus on yourself. How many times have you forgotten to remember him? How many nights have you tried to understand the silences, translate the absences, and stitch together the loose ends of a story that seemed to promise more? This giving is beautiful, but it needs to be balanced. Because you also have wounds that no one saw. And maybe today what you need most isn't to heal someone, but to allow yourself to be healed. And what if I told you that by doing this, you might inspire that man to seek his own healing? Sometimes, the greatest gesture of love is not to stay. It's to show that the light you gave is one you also deserve to receive. That the care you offered is something you also need to experience. And that your life cannot pause in the hope that someone finds themselves, because you still have so much to live, discover, and love. The angels are preparing a new path. But this path starts with a decision, to keep trying to reach someone who is still hiding, or to turn inward and ask yourself, who am I beyond this story? As you reflect, something powerful begins to stir. Because when a woman chooses to see herself with the eyes with which she sees others, miracles happen. It's not abandonment. It's maturity. It's not giving up. It's self-love. And this love, oh this love, has the power to transform not only you but everything around you. Now, take a deep breath and tell me sincerely, if this man never changes, never opens up, never acknowledges, will you still continue to offer what is most sacred to you? Or is it time to give that to someone who truly knows how to receive it? If this message resonates with you, leave a sign. Write in the comments, I choose myself now. Because that's what the angels want, for you to stop waiting to be someone's cure, and finally start being whole for yourself. But if you felt deep in your heart that this is more than just a message, that this is a calling, then allow me to continue. Because what comes next may change not just your view of this man, but also your understanding of what true love really is. Perhaps he never expressed it in words. Maybe he never found the courage or clarity to articulate it. But the truth is that your presence activated something within him that had been completely dormant. It wasn't just affection. It wasn't just attraction. It was something much deeper. It was like a mirror. A mirror that, for the first time, reflected back everything he had tried to hide for so many years. Open wounds from childhood, memories of old betrayals that he pretended not to remember, unresolved fears he pushed under the rug of his soul. And you, unknowingly, just by being who you are, turned on the light in that dark room. That light blinded him. Not because you did something wrong, but because you did everything right. And this is exactly what the angels want you to understand with all your heart. He wasn't ready to see himself so clearly. He wasn't prepared to face his shadows under the clarity of your light. It's as if your love had been a call to transformation. A silent but powerful invitation, saying, hey, there's something more. There's healing. There's a new way to love. But he was still trapped, and perhaps still is, in an old version of himself. A wounded version. A version that learned that love hurts, that the presence of another is dangerous, that vulnerability is weakness, and that surrender equals loss. That's why he pulled back. That's why he hesitated. That's why, at times, he seems distant, absent, confused. But please understand with all your being, this is not your fault. This is not a reflection of your shortcomings. It is, in fact, a consequence of your abundance, of your light, of your true love. You were not sent into his life to fix him. You didn't come with a mission to save him. You arrived to awaken. And awakening, awakening is a process. Sometimes slow, sometimes silent, sometimes painful, but always necessary. And this process, dear soul, is not under your control. If he wants to walk the path of healing, he will. If he is willing to dive into the depths and come out on the other side more whole, he will do it. But if he is not ready yet, the universe will find another way for him to continue his journey of evolution. And you? You need to move on. Because your mission does not end with him. You came with a greater purpose. And every tear you cried in silence, every time you took a deep breath to avoid exploding, every moment you insisted on loving even without guarantees, all of this prepared you. Not to beg for love, but to recognize that you are love itself. That you don't need to plead for presence, beg for affection, or wait to be chosen. Because you already are. You are presence. You are healing. You are choice. You are the path. Your light doesn't exist just to illuminate others. It is also for you. To brighten your own paths, your own dreams, your own new beginnings. And maybe, just maybe, by seeing you go, by feeling the absence of your energy, he will finally realize what he had. Maybe he will awaken. Or maybe not. But that doesn't change the essential. You awoke. You saw yourself. And once awakened, you will never fit back into the place where you had to hide. You are the healing you sought in others. And when you understand this, something changes. The energy shifts. The choices change. And most importantly, the people around you change. Because the woman who sees herself, honors herself, and truly loves herself, she no longer accepts crumbs. She doesn't negotiate her essence. And even more importantly, she inspires respect without saying a word. Now listen carefully. There is someone watching all of this within you. It may not be this man. It may be someone who has yet to reveal themselves. But there is a presence, a masculine energy that feels your light from a distance. And this presence is drawing closer. The angels show that as you reconnect with your own truth, the frequency of your soul begins to attract connections that align with your value. People who are not afraid of your intensity. Men who are not intimidated by your depth. Souls that will not shy away from the most beautiful part of you, your commitment. But for this, you need to make a brave decision, to stop trying to be the salvation for someone who hasn't decided to be saved yet. Now it's about you. About your healing. About your new beginning. And the angels are guiding you. They are empowering you. They are opening paths you never even imagined existed. All you have to do is say yes. Yes to the love that begins within. Yes to the freedom of being who you are. Yes to the lightness of not carrying the burden of another. Yes to the possibility of love that doesn't need to be forced, fixed, or sustained alone. Simply, yes to you. If this message has touched you in places you didn't know were still wounded, write now in the comments, I choose myself. Because this choice changes everything. And if you feel like it's not over yet, that there's more to be revealed, more about this man, about the connection, about what is yet to come, then stay with me. Because in the next part, I will show you what the angels are preparing. as you finally choose to prioritize yourself. The angels are working in silence. And even though you can't see them, they're everywhere. They're moving pieces, reorganizing paths, taking care of details that, at first glance, may seem like coincidence, but they aren't. They're preparing something. Something that may surprise you so deeply that it will make sense of even the things that hurt you today. In the meantime, while everything seems stagnant in the visible realm, something extraordinary is happening in the invisible realm. And that's where the magic begins. At the very moment you make the most powerful move there is, the choice to pick yourself. When you decide that you will no longer abandon yourself, that you will no longer put yourself last, that you will no longer wait to be recognized by someone else before you recognize yourself, the entire universe reorganizes. What once seemed impossible begins to unfold naturally. The paths that were blocked start to open. What was stagnant begins to flow. And that man, yes, the very one who hesitates today, who appears confused, distant, and divided, starts to feel something new, the absence of your energy. And don't be fooled. He feels it. He feels it when your attention, which was once fully directed at him, begins to return to you. He feels it when your soul stops silently begging for scraps of affection. He feels it when your light, which was once focused on keeping him warm, begins to illuminate other horizons. It starts to touch other possibilities. It begins to shine, not for someone else, but for you. And it's in that moment, that exact moment when he ceases to be the center of your universe, that the deepest movement within him begins. Because it's in the silence of your absence that he finally hears everything you were conveying with your presence. Everything you expressed without words, with gestures, with patience, with dedication. Everything he ignored or underestimated begins to echo in the void left by you. The angels show that this man is approaching a spiritual turning point. One of those rare moments when life forces him to face the truths he has spent years avoiding. And these truths have faces. They have names. They have voices. And all of them point to you. He will be confronted by situations that will mirror, with clarity and intensity, everything he didn't want to see when he had the chance. Your importance. Your value. The genuine love you offered that he either didn't know how to hold on to or didn't want to. These will be experiences that make him painfully see everything you gave with love. It may come through dreams that disturb him. It may come through encounters that make him remember you in every detail. It may be through absences that lead him to realize that no one ever touched him like you did. Or it may come through another woman, who approaches, and he realizes, too late, that no presence fills him like yours did. But take heed, none of this is punishment. It is learning. Because love, when it's true, educates. It teaches. And when necessary, it awakens through absence what presence could not reveal. You are not being forgotten. You are being protected. You are being elevated. And he is being tested. The angels want you to know, this moment of distancing is, in fact, a gift in disguise. It's in this space that destiny reveals itself. Either he grows to reunite with you where you are, or the universe brings to you someone who is ready to recognize you. And you? You simply continue choosing yourself. Because this act, so brave and so rare, opens the doors to the love that finally chooses you back. He may feel nostalgia. He may feel regret. He might even try to come back. But when, and if, that happens, you will have already changed. You will no longer be the woman who waited to be seen, but the woman who saw herself, who embraced herself, who understood that her worth does not depend on anyone's response. And this is where the real miracle happens. Because either you evolve to meet them in this new place, or the universe sends someone who is already ready for it. You are being elevated. Your energy is shifting frequencies. And with it, everything that vibrates in dissonance begins to move away. Not as divine punishment, but due to resonance. What no longer aligns with your new version simply dissolves. In its place, new possibilities emerge. New encounters. New beginnings. Now the angels ask you to imagine something. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize a lit path in front of you. On this path, you are walking lightly, confidently, with a peaceful heart. Behind you, there are no more chains. Just lessons learned. And ahead, someone is waiting for you. Someone who doesn't want you to heal in order to love them, but someone who wants to love you as you already are. This someone could be them, if they choose to evolve. Or it could be a new soul, ready to walk beside you with lightness, partnership, and truth. In any case, the focus now is no longer on them. It's on you. And the angels, at this moment, ask that you do something that could change everything. Declare to the universe that you are ready. Right now in the comments, I am ready to live the love that chooses me back. Because this declaration creates movement. It opens portals. It attracts to you what resonates with your new self. And now, with your heart more aligned, with the clarity you may not have had before, you will be able to see what once seemed foggy. And you will witness with your own eyes how the universe rewards those who have the courage to love themselves first. In the next part, I will reveal how the angels intend to guide your next steps, and what this new energy will attract to your love life, emotional state, and even spiritual journey. Get ready. It's more than you can imagine. You have made it this far. And that is no small feat. You walked through doubts, crossed silences, held back tears with the strength of someone who knows how to love, even without guarantees. And now the angels look at you with reverence. Yes, reverence. Because what you are doing by prioritizing yourself, rediscovering who you are, and declaring that you are ready to embrace a love that chooses you back, that is a sacred act. And it is from this decision that everything begins to change. The angels show that the field around you is clearing. The energies that once held you in repetitive cycles are starting to dissolve. What made you doubt yourself is losing its power. And in place of those invisible bindings, a new frequency emerges, that of the awakened woman. One who honors herself. Who chooses love, but not at her own expense. And with this new energy, you begin to attract what once seemed distant. More conscious people. Unexpected opportunities. Connections that nurture rather than drain. Because the universe responds to your vibration. And your vibration is now saying, I deserve more. And the angels? They are preparing that more for you. They show that you will be surprised by subtle gestures that are, in fact, great signs. A reconnection. A message at an odd hour. An unexpected invitation. A conversation that finally reveals the truth. All of this starts to take shape when you shift your focus from the outside to the inside. Maybe he will return. Maybe he will finally express what he felt all this time but lacked the courage to say. Perhaps he will seek you out when he realizes you are no longer the same. And if that happens, you will know. You will know if he comes with truth, or with neediness. You will know if he has done the work, or if he still expects you to fix him. Because now, you have clarity. But if he doesn't come back, know this, it's because something better is on its way. Something lighter. More mature. More reciprocal. A love that doesn't ask you to shrink, but instead grows with you. A love that doesn't require wounds to exist, but flourishes in healing. A love that recognizes, from the very beginning, that you are the answer, not the question. And it is here that the angels ask for something special. They ask that if you felt this message deep in your soul, if it touched layers you didn't even know were waiting to be heard, that you sign up now. Not for me. Not for them. But for you. Because by signing up, you tell the universe, I want to continue on this path. I want more of this light. I want to be accompanied by messages that remind me of who I am, even on the days when I forget. Click the button. Feel. Trust. You are not alone. And this message is just the beginning of everything that is yet to come.